In his short stories and newspaper columns, Ring Lardner brought us the words and spoken rhythms of all sorts of ordinary Americans. Baseball players, showgirls, newspaper reporters, even actors. He was a journalist who loved digging into the colorful pockets of Americana. His works, written mostly between 1915 and 1928, contain sharp portraits that are funny, sometimes a bit cutting, but always saved from caricature by Lardner's remarkable ear for language and by the affection and enthusiasm that mark him as a champion storyteller. In his short story, The Golden Honeymoon, Ring Lardner takes us on a trip, a remarkable excursion celebrating Charlie and Lucy Tate's 50th wedding anniversary. It's a journey into the early boom time of Florida tourism, into a kind of innocence. It's a gentle reminder that all us grown-up humans are really just tall kids trying to act like we're past the foolishness of jealousy, lover spats, showing off, or feeling that curious sensation called puppy love. The Golden Honeymoon is a fine example of Lardner's genius for creating characters who reveal more through their language than they know about themselves. Our guide for the trip is Charlie Tate himself, wide-eyed, enthusiastic, and not at all hesitant about speaking his mind. Here's the way Ring Lardner has Charlie begin. Mother says that when I start talking, I never know when to stop. But I tell her the only time I get a chance is when she ain't around, so I have to make the most of it. I guess the fact is neither one of us would be welcome in a Quaker meeting, but as I tell Mother, what did God give us tongues for if he didn't want we should use them? The year is 1922. The place is a train station in New Jersey. It's January 13th, Mr. Lardner tells us, and the evening train to Florida is just getting up steam.
I think this is our compartment, right in here. Right in here. Now, you're right as soon as you get down to Florida. This is it.
Oh, well, there's your father.
Damn it.
If you don't watch him every minute, there he is.
So my daughter Edie said, look here, why don't you and Mother just close up the house, turn off the water, go down to Florida?
Sir?
We was in Tampa, Florida 4 years ago.
I think someone's trying to get your attention.
Oh. That's just Mother. Well, let's...
You better go get him, unless he's going to stand there and just talk.
Anyway, my son-in-law, John H. Kramer, the real estate man, he said, look here, Dad, he said, Tampa ain't the only place to go in Florida. In fact, he said St. Petersburg is the place. And he said, just say the word, and I'll make inquiries of the Rotary Club in St. Pete. John's in the Rotary, of course. Oh, here he is now.
Come on.
John H.
On the
Kramer, my
train?
son-in-law, sir. I'm sorry I didn't get your name. I'm Charlie Tate.
How do you do?
Yeah.
Come on, Dad.
Yeah, all right. Are you in the Rotary?
No, I'm an elf.
Oh, that's all right. It's nice chatting with you.
Come on.
Yeah.
Get on.
All right, John, all
Would
right.
you put down that dog?
I can't.
Why not?
I'm tending it for a lady who went on the train.
But you can't get on the train with a dog.
Well, that's why I'm tending it, John. Oh, here she is.
Sonia, did you miss me? Oh, thank you so much,
Pleasure being
Thank
service.
you.
Get on
Nice
the
meeting
train.
you, dog.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
Goodbye,
you.
Sonia. Let go of me, John. I'll come along.
Now, Dad.
Well, Lucy, love, we made it, and right on time.
Don't Lucy love me?
Whoops. Only I'd done it again.
No, I'm just thinking of murdering you, that's all.
He is 80 years old, and he's traveling to Tarpon Springs with his wife and 2 unmarried daughters, and I passed the remark that it must be a little crowded for 4 of them in one compartment, and he said they'd made the trip so often that they'd learned to stay out of each other's way.
Charlie, I wish you wouldn't go wandering off so much. You're liable to get off one of these stops, and I'll go on my Golden Honeymoon trip without you.
Oh, don't you worry, Lucy, love. I'll always be right here beside you.
Sure you do.
Here's your eyes.
Oh,
Lucy,
thank
love.
you, Charlie. You know, Charlie, my feet are aching. My ankles are still all swollen from just sitting.
Oh, there's going to be a good foot doctor in St. Pete, I just know it. And one more day we'll be in St. Pete, sitting under a coconut tree, sucking oranges, and having the time of our lives.
Charlie. Thank you. Rest.
St. Petersburg, next stop, St. Petersburg.
We made it. Driver, when we was down here 4 years ago, he's over in Tampa. There's a taxi driver that used to meet
Not
up.
now, Charlie.
Why not?
Because when you get started, you never know when to stop.
Well, the good Lord didn't give us tongues to talk with. I don't know why I give them to us.
He didn't give them to you so you could say the same thing over and over.
Well, now, look, not everything I say is going to sound new to you, but it might sound new to other folks. I mean, not many folks have been living with me as long as you have.
No, because nobody else could put up with you that long.
There's no getting ahead of Mother. I guess that's it, yeah? Hmm? All right, let's see. Come on, dear. That's it. All right. Yeah, driver, thank you for the ride. That's fine. Here. There you go. Yes, all right. I'll help you with these. Let me have those. I'll take the brown one. Fine. Thank you.
It's a nice street, Charlie.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. You, by any chance, Mrs. Croft?
Yes, that's right.
Well, we're Mr. and Miss Tate from Trenton, New Jersey.
Why, yes, we've been expecting you. Come on in.
Oh, well.
I'll get one of the boys to get you.
Rotarians recommended your place. Now I can see why. Yeah. Oh, lovely.
Right this way.
Dandy, isn't it?
Did you all have a nice trip?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Miss Croft. Thank you.
Oh.
Well, you want me to carry you across?
Oh, Charlie, if you was to throw out your back trying that, wouldn't be any honeymoon at all. I love you anyhow.
Fine.
Oh,
Fine.
nice.
Yeah, when you think we spent $60 a week for that flea bag. Tampa. Lucy.
What? Oh.
Well,
Big.
Them Rotarians done right by Johnson and Miss Croft. Yes, sir.
Oh, it's a lovely room, Charlie.
View.
Oh.
You know, it's a pity about that Mrs. Croft. Young widow lady like that, having to make ends meet all by herself.
You just keep your eyes off her, Charlie Tate. I don't want you romancing no other woman but me on this trip.
Oh, Mother, we're on our golden honeymoon. I don't think I'll have time for anyone else. Besides, you're handful enough for any man. Oh, Lucy, look.
Oh, Charlie.
At the famous Poinciana Hotel, I understand they charge 75 cents for a little sirloin steak, which is because they got fellas out west that rub the cows down to keep them soft.
Give me a break, Charlie, will you?
Oh, we got folks who can't think and play checkers at the same time.
Some people can't think when somebody else don't shut up.
That's your move?
Yeah, that's my move.
You're sure now?
I think your hearing's starting to go, Charlie.
No, my hearing's starting to go. King me.
Dr. Kelsey will be with you in just a few minutes now, Mrs. Hartzell.
Oh, thank you. Would you like to look at a magazine?
Well, that's very kind of you, but I think I'm next. Thank you.
Has he worked on you before?
No, this is my first visit.
Mine, too. My landlady says he's a pretty good foot doctor.
Well, my husband is a medical man, and he says Dr. Kelsey is the best chiropodist in St. Petersburg.
Is that so? What end of medicine would your husband be in?
He's a veterinarian.
I guess he'd know about feet. Oh, by the way, I'm Mrs. Charlie Tate from New Jersey. Pleased to meet you.
Mrs. Frank Hartzell, Hillsdale, Michigan.
Frank Hartzell? I once knew a Frank Hartzell in Weehawken, New Jersey.
That must be my Frank. He's originally from Weehawken.
Well, for goodness sake, isn't that something? Oh, is he here in St. Pete?
I imagine he's pitching horseshoes right now in Williams Park.
Well, for goodness sake.
How you happen to know Frank, Mrs. Tate?
Oh, Frank Hartzell and me were engaged to be married 52 years ago. He was such a handsome young man with that head of wavy brown hair.
Not too good.
Frank gets upset if I bother him while he's pitching.
Ah. Lucy Frost. Excuse me, gentlemen. Lucy Frost. I know those eyes anywhere. How are you, girl?
Oh, pretty fair. How about yourself?
Just fine, just fine.
Oh, you won't believe what happened, Frank. I was sitting in Dr. Kelsey's office, and Mrs. Tate introduced herself. And, of course, when she said she knew you, I
You
said...
still married to that errand boy?
50 years ago last month, Charlie was chief dispatcher before he retired.
Good for him.
Why don't you come over to the checkers and say hello? Charlie gets such a kick out of seeing you, Frank.
Yeah, well, let me get my hat.
I hope you won't get too tired hearing the three of us talk over old times.
Lucy Frost. Lucy Frost.
Your move, Charlie.
Charlie? Look who's here. Frank Hartzell and Mrs. Hartzell.
Oh? Frank Hartzell, Charlie.
Is that a surprise?
Frank, well. What happened to all your hair?
Same thing that happened to your first set of teeth.
No, all mine. Oh, saved 3.
I'd like you to meet the missus, Cora.
Patty.
Pleased to meet you, man. Yes, well. Ed, I guess my past is caught up with me here. You're going to have to get somebody else to beat you for a while.
Ha, ha, ha.
Well, perhaps we should go somewhere we could sit down and talk.
Well, we know a dandy cafeteria on Central Avenue that we run onto.
The Rialto?
Yeah, yes. It's we take most of our meals there. Mother and me, it suits us up and down. Yeah, about $2 a day on the average. But as I always say, I don't mind paying the price if the food is clean and well prepared.
Actually, we prefer Traybirds on 3rd Avenue.
Well, if you're paying, I don't care if we eat in the cellar of Clancy's garage.
Same old time. Lucy?
Yeah.
Our other daughter, Florence, she married a man in the shoe trade in Philadelphia, so we don't see too much of her. She was always the independent one, Florence was.
Frank Jr.'s in the furniture business. He's got a good-sized factory up in Grand Rapids.
The Rotarians tried to talk my son-in-law John into joining them, but John said my home is my club.
Frank Jr. is in the Rotary.
Yeah, he joined them, but that was because my daughter Edie talked him into it. She can talk the birds right out of the trees. She's my daughter.
Frank Jr. is the vice president. He believes in service like his father. Frank, you know, was president of his club for 3 terms.
Why, Frank.
You must have done good out there nursing them sick cows, Frank. After you run out of Weehawken.
I made a fair living out of Charlie. Worked pretty hard.
Ah, you must have been a regular angel of mercy there, getting up in the middle of the night and delivering all them calves.
That's enough, Charlie.
Oh, my word. Why, my ass is bigger than my stomach. I don't believe I can finish what's on the plate. Well, it was good food, I must say, Frank. Prices may be just a little dear, but certainly thank you. Say, why don't you folks stop over our place? We'll play a little cards.
Oh, don't that sound like fun, Charlie?
I got a checker game at 3 p.m.
Tonight, then. Tonight. Tonight, I'm taking Lucy to the best eating place in St. Pete.
Ward.
Poinsettia Hotel.
Oh.
Tomorrow, then.
Oh, it'd be real nice, wouldn't it, Charlie?
I don't mind.
Ah.
They was dancing in the ballroom at the poinsettia, and I seen them and Mother Favors dancing, and I said, well, it's your birthday. Let's trip the light fantastic. Yeah, well, she likes it. She said, I'm not very good at it, but anyway, she said no. She said, I can't writhe at my age the way they got to today. So we just sat and watched them for a while, and then finally, well, she got disgusted with it and said, we got to go to a good movie to get the taste out of our mouth. Then the bill comes, Frank. Yeah. $4.20 for 2 little sirloins wouldn't do for one. Oh, my. Yeah. I'll tell you, it's a good thing you don't have a birthday every day, Mother. We'd be in the poorhouse by now.
Every day was my birthday, Charlie. I'd be old enough by now to be in my grave long ago.
Oh, my. Oh, there's no getting ahead of Mother. Well, anyway, we went to the movies. Well, I got to tell you, honestly, they had a young fella there. He was Mexican, I'm sure. Not Spanish, Mexican. And they had him duded up like the King of France. Worse than the dancing. Oh. Really. It was just awful.
Yeah. One diamond.
Wait a minute. Pass.
One heart.
One spade.
2 clubs.
Pass.
2 diamonds.
2 spades.
2 no trump.
Pass.
3 no trump.
4 spades.
Pass. Pass.
Pass.
I think you've got it, Cora. One spade.
I was sure you had at least a queen.
Your lead, Lucy.
All right, Charlie, what's eating you?
No.
I've been married to you 50 years. Don't tell me nothing.
Well, it's practically unpatriotic for a New Jersey man to be going to a Michigan society social.
Well, they invited us, and we can't offend them. Anyway, the Hartzels is the first nice-class people we've met since we've been here, and I enjoy being with them.
Yeah, I noticed as much.
Well, if you aren't enjoying yourself, Charlie, it's your own fault.
No, wait. Was enjoying myself.
Playing checkers with that Ed Weaver, who has the personality of a rag.
Well, I'll tell you, I would rather play with a rag than play with that Cora Hartzell. She's a more terrible card player and play with me like she takes the cake. Any card player I ever seen.
That don't give you the right to go insulting her.
Look, Lucy, did we come down here to have a good time or just to not offend Frank Hartzell and his chatterbox wife?
You wouldn't be exactly welcome at a Quake meeting yourself, Charlie.
And as for that husband of her, I thought I got rid of him 52 years ago and when he run out of Weehawken.
Frank didn't run out. He went west to be a veterinarian.
That's what he'd like you to believe, maybe, but the real reason is why he went. Because he's so broke up when you chose me over him.
You know everything, don't you, Charlie?
Didn't say that. I just know what I know. Ooh.
You move, Charlie.
Yes, that'll be fine.
Charlie, we're going over to Travis and get some dinner.
Oh, I ain't sure I'm hungry right now.
Come on, Charlie. Work up an appetite on the way over.
Hey, Frank. Why don't you and me have a little quick game of checkers here, and then we'll all go over together.
Oh, no, Charles. I'm not a checker man. You wouldn't have any fun at it.
Oh, yes, it would. Yes, it would. Ed, just slide over there and let Mr. Hartzell sit down. Come on, Frank.
You ladies don't mind.
You go right ahead, Frank.
Here, Lucy.
Now, I haven't played in quite a few years. Here. Now, if I do anything stupid, you let me know, yeah?
Yes, I will.
Come back, Lucy.
All right.
Oh.
Your move.
Oh, you. You're too good for me, Charlie.
Well, checkers is really a children's game anyway, isn't it?
Well,
I mean, our grandchildren's friends, they all play checkers all the time.
Well, it sure is the way your husband plays it.
how would you like to play some horseshoes, Charlie?
Yes, and Frank will beat you good.
Wow. Give him a chance to get even. I ain't played horseshoes in 16 years, must be.
I haven't played checkers in 20.
You ain't never played checkers.
Anyway, Lucy and I are your masters at cards.
Wow. We all know why that is. Bernard, Lucy, why did you have to invite the Hartzels to the New Jersey social?
Well, the way you insulted Cora Hartzell's card playing, I had to do something. They never would have spoken to us again.
Well, that would suit me up and down.
Cora happens to be a very refined woman and belongs to 3 different card clubs in Hillsdale.
Well, why does he always grab you for a partner if his wife is such a good player?
Just being a gentleman, which is something you don't know too much about, I suppose.
Well, if he's such a gentleman, you probably wish you'd married him instead of me.
Charlie, you sound like you're jealous.
Oh, boy, me jealous of a cow doctor from Hillsdale, Michigan that And you know, if he's such a gentleman, how come at his age he don't know that it's impolite to expectorate in the direction of ladies?
I seen you do it quite a few times.
I ain't had no tobacco in my mouth for 10 years, and you know that, Lucy Tate.
Charlie, don't be so cranky. Upset your stomach.
Mm-hmm. Sounds more like a chicken to me. I guess you've heard a lot of chickens in your line of work.
Wasn't she wonderful? And now, ladies and gentlemen, a real treat. Ralph, Lynn, and Buddy.
Very glad to have met you, sir. It's very interesting talking to a politician.
What makes you think I'm a politician?
Well, your head's made out of wood.
Very funny, very funny. Just because I'm Mr. Snodgrass, or that's what they call me, there's no reason for you to pick on me.
I wasn't picking on you. You were talking about politicians. And politicians have wood heads.
Oh, I thought you were the politician. Don't you make your living manipulating dummies? Weren't they wonderful, folks?
Soft melody, gone are the cares of life's busy throng.
Your husband's been gone quite a while, hasn't he?
He's probably talking some poor soul's ear off. You know Charlie.
Beautiful dreamer, awaken to me.
Wasn't she great? And now, ladies and gentlemen, for our next attraction, we have a real old-time storyteller. Let's give a real nice welcome to Charlie Tate.
Well, ladies and gents, I didn't expect to be called on this occasion to make a speech, or at any other occasion. I don't hold myself to be a speechifier. I'll just, well, do the best I can, and as I always say, that's all anybody can do. Well, I'm down here in St. Pete on my Golden Honeymoon. Along with me, of course, by my side is my lovely, dear little wife of 50 years, Lucy Tate, right here in the front row. Stand up, Lucy. Yes, stand up there. Come on. There she is. There she is. She's shy. In fact, you know, when Lucy and I were first married, we made an agreement, and that was that all the little and unimportant decisions would be made in our married life by Lucy, and I would make all of the big important decisions. You know, the only thing is that in 50 years of marriage, there ain't never been no important decision. Now, I remember my Uncle Mike back there in New Jersey, the great state of New Jersey. He quiet.
a speechifier. You've got one on me again, Charlie.
I don't look at it that way, Frank. Yes,
Well, I wouldn't have believed an audience would sit so still for 40 minutes.
More like 60, wasn't it?
Oh, listen, I'm sure Frank Jr. would want you for the Rotarians if you ever got up to Grand Rapids. Don't you think, Frank?
Oh, yeah, sure. See, why don't we go to our place, play some cards? What do you say, Lucy?
Well, it's a bit late, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Well, I'm a little tuckered, Mother.
Well, I want to get a good night's sleep. I'm playing shuffleboard in the morning. Oh, Lucy, that reminds me, and I meant to ask you. Mrs. Greenway's husband had a stroke. She can't make it. And I was wondering if you'd like to play.
Oh, no, I couldn't possibly haven't played late.
Oh, sure you could. Lucy, it's more a social thing anyway. We play a little, then we have tea together.
Yeah, Mother's always been good at games. So is Cora.
Okay, Lucy, your turn. Step into it. Aim carefully and stroke. Oh, that's not bad, Lucy.
Oh, it's all right, Lucy. We didn't expect you to be very good.
Oh, I'm sorry, I can't go on. My back's got too lame to stoop over since the last time I played. I'm sorry for messing up the game, Frank.
Oh, you didn't, Lucy. Cora's putting a show on for my benefit.
Since when you have a lame back?
If you don't have no more sympathy than to laugh when I'm doing the best I can.
Lucy, I have some liniment over our place. Rub it in, and you put a hot towel on it.
She don't need a horse doctor.
Charlie.
When you're ready to play horseshoes, you'll know where to find me. Excuse me, Lucy.
Certainly.
It was funny to me.
Don't talk to me, Charlie. Hey.
Well, can I help it if I got a sense of humor?
I wish you had. Maybe you wouldn't have made such a fool of yourself at the social last night, acting like a 4-year-old.
What are you talking about? It was good last night. Well, you heard what the Hartzell said last night.
He was just being refined.
Oh.
Ain't nobody finds you funny, Charles. They just put up with you because they can't figure out how to get rid of you.
Your move, Charlie. Set him up again.
I don't care.
Never thought I'd say this, Charlie, but you're losing so much, it's not fun.
Darn it.
Charlie.
Lucy, come on. Come on, let's get it over with.
What are you talking about?
You've been waiting for days to see Frank Hartzell beat me at horseshoes. Now you're going to see it. Come on. Now, come on. Come on. Come on.
Rush me.
Come on. Yep. That's 12-3.
Yes, sir. You can do better than this. Come on, Charlie.
You throw the worst shoe I ever seen. I can't beat luck like that.
Charles, that is not luck. That is style. Trouble with you, Charlie, is you have no style. Something wrong with this rump?
No, nothing.
Very good, Charles. Very good. Very nice, very nice. That's 1960. What's wrong?
Yeah. Well, look here. I can't play no more. The Platons wore off this shoe and, well, it made my thumb bleed.
Oh, let me see it, let me see it.
Platons wore off the shoe, see? And them little points there come through and they made my thumb bleed.
Well, you can use my shoes for pitching with trade.
No, it wouldn't make no difference. I can hardly hold the shoe, much less pitch it. I'll play you again. When we got proper pitching shoes. It's too bad, too, because I was just getting the distance.
Let me see your thumb, Charlie.
No need to make any fuss over it.
Come on now, let me see.
I'll show it to you when we get home.
I'll have to see it myself. No hard feelings.
Oh, watch out. Easy does it. All right.
You're still champion of checkers, John.
No, we ain't.
I never lose at horseshoes. And if I always had you as a partner, Lucy, I'd never lose at cars either.
Well, 50 years ago, you had a chance to have her for a partner always. But you wasn't man enough to keep her.
Charlie, Tate, I'm taking you home. You must have something stronger than tea to drink this morning.
Your son must hurt worse than you think.
Never mind Charlie's nonsense, Frank. He's just mad because you beat him all hollow, pitching and playing cards.
Who says?
Come on, Charlie. We'll see you later. Come on. You had no right saying that to Frank in front of his wife and all those people.
Yeah, it's coming to him. Oh, and now don't talk to me about his wife. Been making eyes at you for the last 2 weeks, right under my nose.
Frank never made eyes at me.
No, you call it what you like.
Well, you won't have to worry about Frank no more, after what you said. I don't know how I'll ever apologize to Cora and him in front of all those people.
Now, I guess that'll make you real sad, won't it?
Yes, it will.
Yeah, and I guess his being such a wonderful horseshoe pitcher and card player makes you wish you married him instead of me.
Well, at least he's not such a baby to quit pitching just because his fingers get a few scratches.
What about you? On that shuffleboard court? Huh? Making a fool of yourself and then pretending you're lame so you don't have to play no more.
Well, at least I didn't laugh at you when you hurt your thumb, but you sure laughed at me when I sprained my back.
Well, who could keep from it?
Well, Frank Hartzell didn't laugh.
Why didn't you marry him?
I almost wish I had.
I wish I had, too.
I'll remember that.
You do what you like.
Charlie, Dr. Kelsey's nurse told me the Hartzels was going back to Michigan in the morning.
Well, I wish they'd stayed there in the first place.
Charlie, this is our golden honeymoon. We don't want it spoiled by a silly argument. At least I don't.
Well, neither do I. Did you mean what you said? About wishing you'd married Frank Hartzell?
Of course not. That is, if you didn't mean it when you said what you said.
It's tired. Wrought up, that's all.
If I'd want to marry Frank Hartzell, I'd done it 50 years ago when he was begging me.
Well, I'm sure glad you didn't marry him, Lucy. Ain't no woman on earth would have put up with me as long as you have.
What about Cora Hartzell?
Oh, goodness gracious. Could you imagine being married to a woman who plays cards like that and spits out her teeth on the shuffleboard court?
Would be no worse than being married to a man who expectorates towards ladies and is such a fool in the checkers game.
Lucy, love?